I'd like to welcome you all to our Family Heritage Celebration and dedication of the community mural. My name is Minnie, and we have Young Men in Motion, and this is my partner Lisa over here. Yeah, Lisa. Okay. Yeah, so we just want to say welcome and enjoy. We had about 35 young people from the community that actually came in and helped to work on this mural. And so they will be receiving certificates today. I don't know where they all are, but they're on the way. Okay, but the purpose of this Family Heritage Celebration is because everybody celebrates Black History Month in February. But actually, you should celebrate Black history every month. Yeah. And so family heritage is very important, and you should be telling your stories to your children and always let them know who you are. Don't be afraid to talk about your family and stuff. That's so important. So that's why we call it a Family Heritage Celebration. So with that, I'm going to bring out, we're going to have prayer by Arlen Willer. Thank you.
Lord God, we thank you for waking us up this morning, putting clothes on our body and the roof over our head. Lord God, we ask you, Lord God, to enter in, Lord God, let this event, Lord God, go smoothly, Lord God, and enter in, Lord God, into our hearts and into our minds, Lord God. Let a change come about us, Lord God. We ask you right now, Lord God, all these things in your name, in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. The song I will be singing for you all today is by Michelle Mitchell. It's called Nobody Greater.
All right.
I climbed into the highest mountain, looked all around, couldn't find nobody. Went down into the deepest valley, looked all around down there, couldn't find nobody. I went across the deep blue sea, couldn't find one to compare to your grace, your love, your mercy. Nobody greater than you. You see, I searched all over, couldn't find nobody. I looked high and low, still couldn't find nobody. Nobody greater, nobody greater. Nobody greater than you. Searched all over, couldn't find nobody. I looked high and low, still couldn't find nobody. Nobody greater, nobody greater, nobody greater than you. Nobody can heal like you can. Almost Holy One, you are the great I am. Awesome in all your ways, and mighty is your hand. You are he who carried out redemption's plan. You are he who carried out redemption plan. So I searched all over, couldn't find nobody. I looked high and low, still couldn't find nobody. Nobody greater, nobody greater, nobody greater than you.
How's everybody doing today?
Good.
I'm here to tell you about Young Men in Motion. Young Men in Motion is a nonprofit organization that provides housing and support for young men and helps them in their transition to young men. I've been in Young Men in Motion for 6 years now, since Youthville, and I started off babysitting, in the organization, and worked up. That helped me get a job, that helped me with my support in schooling, and I'm still in school to this day. This is for Young Men in Motion. There's a lot of things that they do that help you out in support with, if you grew up without a father, They have people in the mentoring program that can fill that gap. If you grew up in rough situations, they have somebody there that you can talk to and, get that out of you so you can get that release off of you. You know, there's a lot of stuff that Young Men in Motion does that helps you become a man in life, a productive man in life. Okay. But other than that, we are going to get forward to the skit that we have for you all this evening. The skit is about a young man who is in love with a white woman. Now, the mother does not approve of this relationship and has tried in every way to stop the relationship from being formed. And is saying that you can't stop love. Love's a strong thing no matter what the race is. Racism started in the 1500s and ended in 1865. But racism it still lives to this day. We go through it at the bus stop, we go through it at school, work, anywhere you go, racism is still there, peeking its head out. What you need to understand is that racism may exist, but we don't have to abide by it and fight through it.
I just don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense. Why doesn't she like me? What have I done to deserve this? I'm a straight A student. I'm on the honor roll. I have a 4.0 GPA. I dress nice. I'm well and respectable. There's no reason that she shouldn't like me. You know what? It's because of the color of my skin. And someone who can hate me for the color of my skin, they don't deserve me. You know what? I'm done. Can't do this.
Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can. And hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can.
But how can you love somebody who hates you so much?
The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in a time of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at the time of challenge and controversy.
But what if things don't change?
Faith. Faith, taking the first step, even when you don't see the stairway.
Wait, Dr. King, wait. I was going to ask him to talk to her. I can't do this. I'm too scared.
Scared of what, my child?
The rules of fire.
In the flesh.
Well, can you help me?
I can help you as long as you can help yourself. Don't be afraid to fight for something you feel is right.
I'm not strong or heroic like you.
Heroic? You think that I can pull back team was heroic? I sat down on the bus. I was tired, working day in and day out as a seamstress. And when the white man wanted to put his authority on me, I wasn't buying it. It's not my fault that everybody decided that they wanted to join in.
They don't understand. Nobody understands me. It's period. They didn't go through what I went through. They don't know what I've done. They're not in my shoes. I can't do this. I'm too scared.
Why should I feel discouraged? And why should the shadows come? Why should my heart feel lonely and long for heaven and home? When Jesus is my portion, a constant friend is He. His eyes
As long as I got him in my life, I can do anything. Rosa Parks did it. Judge Mathis is doing it. Dr. Martin Luther King did it. And Barack Obama doing it big right now.
Now that sounds like a man of the future. Could be the president if you play your cards right. Judge Mathis, how you doing? I want to let you know I know what you're going through, but you need to remember, you're a strong black man. You have the power within you to make change. He's doing it. They did it. Remember, when you have the strength of God and believe and strength in yourself, there's nothing you can't do.
Right. Thank you, Judge.
Barack Obama, and I approve.
Okay, now.
I approve. Only for America.
How y'all doing tonight? This is not prepared or nothing, so I'm just literally just coming out here because I ain't gonna try to just be sitting here bored. So, well, let's explain the mural a little bit. The mural was actually created by this man right here. I don't know if we already went through this. I was in the back. I can barely hear anything.
Right now.
Okay.
Yeah, this is our. Okay. Yeah, this is our artist for our Young Men in Motion Community Mural Project. Okay, and this all got started because the young men, we were at a meeting and they decided they wanted to do a community project as a way of giving back. So I had met Anthony and I brought Anthony in. He met with the kids, the young men. And the rest is history, so I'm going to turn it over to him so he can talk about it.
Okay, hey, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Anthony, or also known as Art, and I'm the artist who helped project manage this mural right here. I want to go back to the beginning of it when I met with the Young Men in Motion. The way it came about, I had started a series called Are You a Believer in the city of Detroit. And I originally started in Belle Isle as my first check marker. Then things had transpired to where we led to the Judge Mathis Center. So when I met with the young men, I asked them, when you hear the term, are you a believer, what does that mean to you? How would you put that in a picture? And we got together, we had a lot of dialogue, and the young men gave me their feedback. And as we collaborated together, we came out with this right here. This is a symbol of what it means to be a believer in the city of Detroit. Also, this mural is also a symbol of how the Judge Mathis Center has impacted the young men within the city of Detroit. That it has served not only the young men that you've seen here today, but also many others who may not have had the opportunity to be here today. So I'm gonna walk you through the mural each and every step. As you see, we have, the great monarchs right here. We have Judge Mathis, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks. These are people that the young men felt was really strong and had a very strong influence within their life. So they really wanted them communicated within this mural. On the left-hand side of me, we have a giant Jesus looking down. The young men felt that it's very important as far as like with the revitalization of the city of Detroit or doing anything within the city, that you have God in place of your affairs. Because without God, I feel like that revitalizing the city is hopeless. We need help. On the left-hand side, right under Jesus, we have Barack Obama. Barack just everything he did, being, you know, the black president, nominated twice, elected twice in office, just all the things that he did within his campaign. I mean, they just felt that he was just he had a really strong impact on them in their life. And right alongside here, we have a forest structure, and we have kids playing along with a one-way sign pointing up. Not left, not right, not down, but up. Because if we're going to come out of the, you know, state that Detroit is in right now, it's important that we look up, that we move up, that we go up in a positive direction. So that's why we have the kids celebrating. As you see, they're multicultural, multi-diverse, because it's going to take diversity in order to do this. Everybody has a part within the puzzle of the plan of life, and we felt that everybody should be incorporated if we're going to have this city back to where it needs to be. So basically, that's the mural in a nutshell. It goes not only from the wall, but also to the countertop, as well as to the water faucet, just to let people know that even though this is paint and this is art communicated, you know, in this form, it's ever ending. It goes beyond your barriers. So how often do you see someone paint, you know, a water faucet? You know, you don't see that often. But that's what art does, that's what community does, that's what we do when we work together to create beautiful things. So I want to commend everybody for helping me to put this together, because this wasn't just my project. I just overseed it, but it was the community at large. So I give everybody a hand, and I commend them for all the work that they did in helping me complete this.
You can stay up here. Because we now have a presentation for you. First of all, I was trying to put them in order for the ones that showed up. Okay, so on behalf of Young Men in Motion, we would like to present this certificate of appreciation award to you for the Community Mural Project. Okay, and it says this certificate is awarded to Anthony Turner in recognition of valuable contributions to the Young Men in Motion Community Mural Project, dedicated to Judge Mathis and the Mathis Community Center. And we were going to have a few words from someone from the Mathis Center, but...
Hi, I'm William Townley, and I'd like to, on behalf of the Mathis Community Center, welcome Young Men in Motion and congratulate you on such a festive event. We are proud to host the Family Heritage Celebration and the dedication of the community mural. We are proud that this has culminated in a finished product that is a joy to watch, and one that I personally witnessed the judge admiring. It fits in with the tenets of what we are all about, and we wish much success to Young Men in Motion.
Okay, I'm going to call up the other young people in the community who participated. We have a certificate for Devontae Spencer. Hold it up. Come on, Lisa. Anthony? Okay, next we have Jervon Spencer. Okay, hold it down. Oh, we need to come over away from Okay, Patrick Carter. Okay, thank you. Patrick, this is for you. Okay. Damon Forsythe. Congratulations. Thanks. Okay, and Desmond Forsythe. Okay. And Arlen Wheeler. Also the writer and producer.
Move your hand.
Okay, Aaron Wheeler. Oh, it's just I think he's done. Mathis McKinney. Cameraman. Oh, here, it was just a tip. Come on. Okay. Oh, close enough.
Yeah, right there. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you.
Okay, Toya Maynard. Okay, thank you for your help and participation.
Thank you. What am I smiling to?
Everybody.
Hold your finger.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Yellow book.
okay. Okay, so these are all the youth that participated in the Young Men Community Mural Project. Let's hear them. Can I have everybody come back up with their certificates so we can take a good picture? Everybody come back up. Everybody come back up.
Turn it the other way. The certificate. You got it upside down.
Oh, turn it around.
There you go.
Judge.
I found you. All right.
Okay, hold it up.
Moving you over just a bit.
No, move it over.
So I can see the lady behind you. Come up sometime. That's good. That's beautiful. Bring it on
Okay, now
top.
look straight ahead.
Beautiful.
Look at the cameraman.
Right there. One more time, just in case somebody's late. All right, look up.
Smile, Patrick.
Right there. Beautiful.
I think.
Right there. Wonderful.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, I just love the young men that we work with. They are so terrific. And they all have great senses of humor. And sometimes, you know, they get off track, but we are right here to bring them back. So we got to make sure they graduate, get their GEDs, you know, get those jobs, and they can come back. And we do a lot of community service projects and things so they can continue to contribute to society. With that being said, now I'd like to introduce a good friend of mine, Mr. Grant Martin.
Where you be?
Mr. Radio announcer, all kind of stuff when I ran other programs and stuff, and he's a motivated, great person. I'm just going to let him tell you about him. Come on, Mr. Martin.
How's everybody doing? Fine. All right, why don't you give yourselves a warm round? I had an opportunity to meet the lovely and talented Minnie about 10 years ago. I was an up-and-coming real estate agent, and she, as she is in all areas of what she do, a superstar real estate agent, and she befriended me and was very helpful when I was first getting involved in the real estate industry. So I ventured to her that I would be delighted to come and talk with the young folks, and all of you are very young, and share some of my experiences that might help influence or motivate you. And before we go any further, we'll give all the folks that's responsible, Minnie and her staff, a warm round of applause for doing such a great job. And I see all of your work up here, and it looks very good. It looks super, you know. So what came to my mind was, you can make it if you try. And you can make it if you try. If you look at all the folks that are on this mural, all of them had obstacles to go through, all of them had barriers to cross and to overcome, but they didn't let what society said they could or could not do stop them from succeeding and being successful. And so this is how you got to be thinking as you go along your and strive for whatever it is that you want to be in this world in which we live, because no one is actually going to hand things to you and put it in your hand. Everything you get, you're going to have to fight for it. It's going to be a challenge, and so you're going to have to understand that. When you look at all of these entertainers, these athletes and folks who are, as what society calls successful, they all had challenges to overcome. Just like this young man, the artist, who did a beautiful job, he had challenges to overcome just to get to this point. So I'm just going to relate to you a few experiences I had, and hopefully that might help. I can recall being a young fella many moons ago, as they used to say, and I started out being a baseball player. And all the guys that I played with were larger than me, taller than me, and older than me. But somehow or other, I never let that bother me. I just was going to play baseball. And I took that from the sandlots to high school and was able to play with a lot of guys who went on to be professional baseball players. I can recall when we measured for the uniforms. I'm in high school, and there was one guy that you might know. He went on to be a big-time baseball player, Willie Horton, who was in my high school. They weighed us in. He was 5'7" and weighed 160 pounds. And there was another guy who went on to play Major League Baseball, Alex Johnson. He was 5'9", weighed 175. Another guy was 6'4", weighed 220. And then when it came to me, I think I was 4'10", and weighed 85 pounds. You know, and they all got a big laugh out of that, but I never let that stop them. You know, we still joke about that to this day. So I went into service eventually. When I came out, I was a very shy guy, but I wanted to be in the broadcasting. And so I realized that I was going to have to overcome that. And so I started out working at a radio station. It was WDTF and Wayne State's radio station with the For My People radio TV group. Did that for a couple of years. I realized that I wanted to take my act or my game to a high level, so I moved to California. I moved out there in the 70s, and people said, well, before I moved, they said, well, you going to, did you send a resume out there? I said, no. You have a job? I said, no. They said, do you have, you taking your family out there? I said, yes. They said, have you ever been out there before? I said, no. I had a family out there, had brothers and sisters, but you know, God bless the child has got his own. You always got to rely on your own thing. Right. So I got in my little station wagon like the Beverly Hillbillies and drove out to California. I told people, I said, if somebody's got a job out here, there's nothing wrong with me, I can get a job. Okay. You know, I don't have to put a resume out, I don't have to go talk to somebody, I'm going to get work. It might not be in the field that I'm going to get it in, but I'll work my way into that. 10 days after I got out there, after I relaxed from the jet lag, or actually the car lag, I had a job, you know, working, and I decided I wanted to get back into my field, which was broadcasting. So I wasn't able to find a job in the LA area. Somebody offered me a job in Fresno, California, at a radio station, which was a 5.5-hour drive. What I did was, after I talked with my wife and my kids, she said, well, listen, if that's what you want to pursue, go for it. Wow. And you can send for us later. So I went up there for about 9 months, got a job, and then I sent for my family. I was only going to be there for a couple of months, maybe 6 to 9 months, until a job came available in Los Angeles. But as things turned out, the job didn't come exactly when I wanted in Los Angeles. So 4.5 years later, I'm still in the Fresno area, but I said, since my programming got pretty popular, I went from one radio station to another, worked that into a TV job as a cameraman. My hobby was photography, but I was able to parlay the radio skills into a television job. After I did that for a couple of years, I decided I needed a change. So I moved to Texas. Didn't have a job again. But I knew I was going to get a job. 4.5 months after I got there, I got a job at one of the TV stations. I'm driving down now I'm working in television, doing something I like, but my heart was radio. So on the way to TV job one night, I'm working and I'm listening to a broadcast on the radio. And I'm saying, dang, I really miss radio. Why is it I'm not doing radio? So I actually had tears in my eyes. I'm driving to a TV gig, but my heart was in radio. And I'm saying to myself, creative, why is it I'm not doing what I think I'm supposed to be doing? And so when I get to work, I said, I got to figure out a way to get back into radio. A week later, a guy came over to the TV station. I got to talking to him, telling him my background was radio. He said, listen, they're doing some hiring over at the radio station. Take my car, call them, and see if you can work out something. Went over there, talked to them, and they said, well, we got about 50 applicants we're interviewing, and we'll call you and let you know how the interview goes. 2 weeks later, I didn't hear from them. I called them, and they said, well, we're still going through the applications. A week later, they called me, and they said, hey, you got the job. So I parlayed that for about 3 or 4 years, and then I got a call to work in the newspaper business. So I got just a hobby. I took some pictures to the newspaper, which was like the Detroit Chronicle. I had gotten involved in speaking, and I was doing stand-up, believe it or not. You may think this is a joke. This is real. I opened up for Chris Rock. This is way back in the 80s. Chris was still as unique as he is now. Real nice guy. But opening act, you just go in, you give a couple of jokes, you work for 5 minutes, and then you bring on the middle act, and then you bring on the headline. And so after doing that, I decided that serious speaking was something I was more interested in. So I got involved in that, got involved in the photography, got a chance to come back home. My pops was ill, got a chance to come back home, and I said I need now to start getting back into my photography. I'm downtown at the Red Center, and I run into a guy who was doing a camera store who was doing an event. Lo and behold, we're just sitting there talking about photography, and he said he was doing an event. I said, well, I'll walk over with you and see what you're doing. It happened to be the gentleman you see right there, Mr. William Town. You know, I got a chance to work with him. We had such a great interest in photography that one thing led to another, and we developed a great friendship, and we're both doing photography. So I just wanted to say all of that, but the thing is, you have to have faith in anything you do. If you don't have faith, then you have to have some goals with whatever you're doing. Yeah. No matter how young you are, no matter how old you are, you can never give up on your goals because you don't know the time or the date when your situation, your circumstances will come up. When I was doing some teaching, I tell young folks, I say, well, what you want to be when you grow up? Oh, I want to be a rapper. I say, okay, bust a rhyme. Oh, well, I can't think of my rhyme. I say, well, listen, if you're going to be a rapper, you got to have your material. I said, when I was in California, people always looking for talent. If they stop you and say, if you're an actor, and say, let me do a line, you got to know your material. So I want to share with you a poem that I wrote that I was able to win a speaking contest that's called, the speech was called Looking for Success in All the Wrong Places. And I wrote a poem that was the conclusion of it called The Secrets of Success. So bear with me now because I haven't done it in a while, so I'm going to try to do it for you as I conclude and see if it might help somebody. Would that be all right? Yes. Okay.
Okay, let's give him another hand. Okay, well, this actually is bringing our program to a close. And I just wanted to say to the young people that got certificates, inside, behind that certificate, you also have a poem about determination. So I want you to read it, post it on your door, on your wall. And it also has the Young Men in Motion logo, because this is one of the things that they live by. And then it also has our mission and vision statement flyer. And then you have a keepsake of today's event. So you have all of this good stuff, and it will look good on your resume, in your portfolio, because you really need to start building one no matter what age you are. And that's another thing we do. We also focus on literacy And I have a bookmark of Black history for everybody also that participated. And it has quotes from different Black leaders on the back. And I would like for you to pick one of these up, and I'm going to let Lisa close out.
I just want to say thank you for everybody that came, and I enjoyed everybody. And I really, really want everybody to keep in mind about Young Men in Motion. We're about to blow up, blow up. Also, just a little bit so you all know, anytime you see Elite Techno Institute, that's the other half of Young Men in Motion, because that's our school we got. So we're starting that up this summer. So I just want to tell y'all a little bit about that, okay? So again, I just want to thank everybody for coming out. And y'all have a blessed one. And I just want everybody give us a hand again.
And we have a resource table in the back, and that's what we do here at the Judge Mathis Center too. We provide resources to the community, so always stop in or call if you need resources and stuff. Yolanda is there to answer the phone. Will is always here. You know, we have a great staff here to help you out, and so pick up some good resources, and if you can't get them from them, then call us. We'll help you out. If you got any young men, send them to us. We'll help them out too. Okay.
And you know what? One more thing, just to let everybody know. Even though this is called Young Men in Motion, if you have any females, and we really mean this to our heart, okay? Y'all know anybody that need their GED, please send them. Just because they're not male, we will help you.
All right.
So if y'all got any age, when you're talking about a GED, we don't cut it off. We want everybody to get an education, okay? Thank you.
Thank you.